Hey yo, YouTube, let's check in. Let's make sure I selected the right mic today. YouTube, confirm that you can hear me. Give me a yes, an affirmative, a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me on YouTube. What's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excellent. I selected the right mic. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Rochelle. Okay, let's get ready to kick this thing off. And I'm going to go live on Insta too. Thank y'all so much. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, yo, come on in, y'all. Come on in. We're continuing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're continuing with our What I Had to Overcome to Become Plant-Based series. I can't believe we're just 2 days away. We're 2 days away from the kickoff of our next plant protocol 30-day vegan, salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge. And I'm back with another installment of what I had to overcome to become plant-based. How y'all been loving the series so far? How have you guys been working and loving the series so far? Hey, Stacy Washington on YouTube says, I am working on a tea sponsor. Y'all better get, I love y'all for this. I love y'all for this. Now listen, make sure it's a clean tea, Stacy. Make sure it's herbal. Make sure it's clean for me. I like to be able to see my leaves. Make sure it's sourced in a good place. Now, how's somebody working on something for you that you didn't know was working on something and now you got demands? Good morning, Instagram. Perfect in your skin. Good morning with the hearts. I love it. Juan got sip. Yep, we about to practice my emotional support tea. Malika says, great series. Excellent. Jama says, very educational and insightful. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm just here to please. I'm really here to please. You know, I'm here to please and just get a little sassy. So welcome back to What I Had to Overcome to Become Plant-Based. This is the run up. This is the official preparation, final preparation. We've been prepping since September. I've been doing monthly master classes since September. And this is the final preparation for you guys who are joining us in our 30-day vegan, salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge. And so since December 25th, since Christmas Day, I've been coming on here and going live on Instagram, on YouTube to really help you guys navigate the mental component, the mindset component of going vegan and eliminating salt, oil, and sugar in an effort to optimize your health, put some things in remission, right? Lose weight, establish a healthy relationship with food, and really understand how to use food as medicine. And so I'm really excited about today's episode because I think this one is a major one, major one, something that I think a lot of you are going to be able to relate to. So thank you. Before I kick off today's episode, I got a request. I need you guys to share the challenge with somebody, y'all. We are at 1,297 people registered. I want those last 3 people. I'm kind of a type A. And I like things to nice rounded numbers. So we might as well kick this thing up to 1,300 people. So if you guys have someone who you think may be interested in taking a whole food plant-based approach to optimizing their health for 2025, can you please share the challenge with them for me? Perfect in your skin says, I'm going raw vegan for the new year. I love it. Good morning, Shaquanda. Good morning. So yes, Stacy, our goal is to get to 1,300 people. We currently have 1,297. I checked just before we came on a few moments ago. And so if you guys can share the challenge, I will really appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed. Let's get started. I think we got enough people on right now. People have found the link. People are tuning in. People are hopping in the room. Let's get into it. Let's practice our sipping of the tea. Now, I just put this in here. It might be too hot for me. Let me see. And let's give it time to cool off and for me to get sassy. Okay, so let's play a little game. I want to play a little game called What Do These Things Have in Common? You ready? Let's go. What do these things have in common? Quitting your 9-to-5 job to work an unpaid job, to work an unpaid internship with no idea how you're going to make money. Number 2, moving abroad to another country where you don't speak the language, English is not their first language, and you don't speak the language and you don't know a single person. Number 3, Quitting and just completely disregarding your current degrees and deciding to go get certified in something and work at a job where you have absolutely no experience, although you have education in a completely different area. Now, when you guys catch on, let me know what these things have in common. Next, what about starting a business when you have no entrepreneurial experience? You don't have entrepreneurs in your family that you can lean on or glean from, but you start a business just trying to shoot from your hip and figure things out as you go. What do these things have in common? Let's try another one. Leaving a long term relationship where the man was a good man, where the woman was a good woman, and out from the outside looking in, nobody will understand why you wouldn't stay. We're playing a little game called What Do These Things Have in Common? Living your whole life eating meat, eggs, dairy, seafood every day on holidays, and just deciding one day that you're no longer going to put any of that stuff in your body anymore. And you're no longer going to consume animal products, even though you were raised on animal products from day one. You don't have anybody in your immediate circle who's ever given up all animal products, but you make a decision to do so. What do these things have in common? What do these things have in common? Someone says courage, somebody says taking risk, somebody says stepping out on your own from what other people think you should do. That's a good one. What do these things have in common? On YouTube, you guys said leap of faith, faith walk, taking a risk, no plan. And Danae said these all have average people thinking you're crazy in common. Lady J says choice. What do these things have in common? You guys nailed it. These are what we call unpopular decisions. Unpopular decisions. Leaving a job where you have a guaranteed salary, you're getting benefits, you're getting health insurance, you get paid time off, you get some vacation time, and you got the opportunity to move up the corporate ladder. But you decide one day to quit. And you're not quitting for a new job with benefits and the opportunity to move up the corporate ladder and with a guaranteed salary. You're quitting with no idea how you're going to make money. You leave a long-term relationship where nobody's putting their hands on anybody, nobody's yelling, there's no like toxic arguments, there's no like actually you guys get along quite well. Actually, you guys are best friends. But you decide to leave a long-term relationship with someone you're either married to or were engaged to after years, a decade even. You decide to move from where you currently live, where you know people, you have a support system, you're familiar with it, and you decide to move not just to another state, but to a whole nother country where they don't speak English and you don't know a single soul. You don't know how to navigate the ins and outs and logistics of that country, but you decide you want to be in a new place. And so you up and move with no income. You don't have necessarily a paid job over there, and you definitely don't have friends. What do these things have in common? You guys nailed it. It is the unknown. These are risk taking moves. And most importantly, these are unpopular decisions. These are unpopular decisions. Let me tell you what happens when you go plant based as a young Black girl from Detroit. You were born and raised in Detroit, and one day you decide that I'm no longer putting animal products in my body. I'm no longer going to eat that. I'm going to try and survive off of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Now, nobody in my family has done this. I'm not in an ecosystem of vegans and vegetarians. I wasn't raised in a Seventh-day Adventist religion or any other religion that practiced vegetarianism or veganism. Like, I just decided to do this on my own. I don't have a coach. I don't have a support system. I'm just deciding. These are called unpopular decisions. The next thing that I had to overcome to become plant-based was the need for validation about the decisions I made for my life. Because when you're making an unpopular decision, the support, the cheerleading, the absolutely you should do it is going to be slim to none. If you have a history of making decisions that need to be validated, approved, and applauded by others before you feel confident in moving forward, you may struggle a little bit on this challenge. You may struggle a little bit moving forward. The need for validation could sabotage your decisions in your health because I'm going to tell you right now, I told you early on in this series, and I'm going to say it again. Making the decision to adopt a plant-based lifestyle, making the decision to give up animal products, and then going 3 steps further and making the decision to give up salt, oil, and sugar for the sake of your health, for the sake of putting some stuff in remission, for the sake of feeling the best you've ever felt, for the sake of having mental clarity and great energy is an unpopular decision. And when you decide to make an unpopular decision, like quitting your 9 to 5 for an unpaid job with no idea how you're going to make money, not only might you not get a lot of support, but you might get the exact opposite. It's not that people are going to be neutral and silent of your decision. You might actually get opposition. You might get people who push back and say, that's a bad idea. You might get people that say, what are you doing? You need meat for protein. Are you crazy? You need dairy for calcium. Are you insane? You need eggs. You are making, for the 1,297 of you who are registered for our 30-day vegan challenge, I need you to know you're making an unpopular decision. Does this make sense, y'all? You're making an unpopular decision. And when we make unpopular decisions, but in the absence of confidence in our own decisions, it makes for a very rocky road. Because here's what happened. Here's what happens to individuals who are attempting to make an unpopular decision, but unfortunately, they haven't built up their resolve. They haven't built up their confidence in themselves. An unpopular decision that collides with low confidence can be a recipe for disaster. I did a retreat in November for some of our clients in our business coaching program. And they flew to Houston and we had a retreat. And the name of the retreat this year for our business coaching clients was the School of Confidence. The School of Confidence. And on day 1 of the mastermind, I taught our clients what it means to have confidence. And I taught them very fundamentally using the root word of confidence. The root word of confidence is to confide. It's confide. Confidence, confide. Confide means to have trust. Confidence is having trust in yourself. That's the simplest definition of confidence. If you have historically navigated the world and navigated your life in such a way where you seek out validation and approval from others before making decisions because you lack confidence, i.e., trust in yourself, you may run into some challenges on our 30-day vegan challenge. Tell me that makes sense, y'all. Does that make sense? Are you one of those people who, before you say yes to something or say no to something, you go out and you get opinion from the bestie, opinion from the spouse? Let me see what my mom thinks. Let me read all the reviews. Let me see what strangers think. Did other people like this before I try it? Did other people have success before I try it? Is it really safe to quit your job because you're not in love with it? Is it really safe to leave a 10, 20, 30-year relationship because you're no longer happy? Did other people do it? Is it safe for me? Is it really safe to go out and do something like starting a business that I've never done before and I have no idea how to navigate it, but it feels right in my spirit? Let me just ask 3 people. Let me ask 30 people. Let me see what he thinks, she thinks, them thinks. Like, is that relatable? Can anybody? I know some of y'all like, I make decisions and I don't care. I don't look back. But some of y'all, if y'all gonna be honest, you have historically sought out validation before making unpopular decisions. And so the next thing that you need to know coming into this challenge is that when you decide to take the Plant Protocols 30-day vegan, salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge, you're making an unpopular decision. You're making an unpopular decision. And when you make an unpopular decision, You're going to have people that disagree with you. So you guys know I'm a business coach, and obviously I create content online, right? So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok. I got a podcast. I do monthly master classes. Like, I create content all the time. And so when I'm teaching business and when I'm teaching aspiring coaches how to have a coaching program, I have to tell them, one of the ways we're going to establish you as an expert and put your business out there, put your offer out there, put you out there is that I'm going to teach you how to create content online. And right. And so I'm like, I'm going to teach you how to create content online. And I'm going to give you the strategy for creating good content online. And so what happens is some of our clients, they're like, let's get it, Lisa. I'm ready. I've been watching you. I want to do what you do. Let's get it. But we also have some people, when I tell them you're going to have to create content online, you're going to have to put your face on video. You're going to have to put your voice on the mic. You're going to have to, most importantly, lead with your personal opinion and perspective on things. You can't come in here saying what everybody else say. You got to say what you truly believe on camera. And when I tell them that they're going to have to create content and say what they truly believe on camera, some of them get nervous because they're worried about opposition. They're worried about somebody disagreeing with them. And so for some of our business coaching clients, it's challenging to wrap their brains around showing up on camera, and not just showing up on camera, but being honest about their opinion. Like, I'm going to give you guys an example. Most of you guys who have been following me for a long time, unpopular opinion, know that I don't believe in everything in what? What don't I believe in? What do you guys know that I don't believe in that is a very unpopular opinion? I don't believe in everything in, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Thank you, Ange G on YouTube. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Shaquanda. I don't believe in everything in moderation. I don't believe in it, and I will say it over and over again, but it's a very unpopular opinion. It's a very unpopular opinion. Shout out to Karen, who just tagged me yesterday on a post with a woman who was on a panel talking health, and she was telling people everything in moderation. You can have everything in moderation. And Karen tagged me in the post like, nah, that don't work. I know, because I tried it. She said, no, Coach Lisa said, when you trying to heal from something, when you going into treatment, when you trying to put something in remission, everything in moderation is not the optimal approach. So you guys know that's an unpopular opinion. And I've said that multiple times publicly, and every now and then I get some opposition. Every now and then I get somebody who comments and disagrees with me. And let me tell you, for some people who don't like to not be liked, for people who prefer to everybody to like them, you want everybody to approve of what you say, you want everybody to give you a thumbs up, a green light, like yes, 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 you're going to have a hard time with making unpopular decisions. If you believe in something that the majority of people don't believe in, that you have to reconcile with that privately before you show up publicly and say it. What that means is, before I come out here and publicly tell you my personal perspective on things, I have to reconcile privately that people are going to disagree with me. I have to reconcile privately that people might even troll me. I have to reconcile privately that people might take my content, remix it, replay it, and run it through the mud. I have to reconcile privately that what I'm about to say is my truth, and I have to be okay with other people disagreeing. I have to be okay with not having the acceptance from 100% of people. And if you have a problem with that, if you've historically ran back to decisions and comfort zones because most people agree with you when you did it that way, you're going to have a hard time in this challenge. Because I'm telling you right now, there are going to be some people in your life and some of those people are going to be people that you trust. Some of those people are going to be people who have authority, like your healthcare provider, like maybe your partner, like maybe your best friend. There's going to be experts in your life who are going to say, no, you absolutely need meat to get optimal amounts of protein. You absolutely should be consuming eggs for this, that, and the third. You should definitely have some dairy in your diet. Like, you got to eat red meat for iron. You're making an unpopular decision. we're still a minority of a minority. Like being whole food plant-based makes you a minority, but then being a clean whole food plant-based vegan who's eliminating things like salt, oil, and sugar. Like you're gonna have people in your life that say oil is healthy. She crazy. Who you following? What's wrong with oil? No, no, no. Olive oil is healthy. No, no, no. You should. They eat olive oil over in this country, and that olive oil is a health food. They're going to tell you oil, something that's 100% fat and clogs the arteries, is a health food. So what I'm telling you right now is you're making an unpopular decision. And if you have an issue with needing to be validated with all the decisions you make in your life, this challenge is going to be an even bigger challenge for you. And so how do we begin to trust ourselves? Well, here's the first thing. Here's the good thing. The good thing is you're coming into a community, you're coming into an ecosystem with over 1,200 other people who agree with you. That's the good news. The good news is like you're not actually making this decision alone. You just might be the only person in your immediate household, your immediate circle, in your faith-based community, in your sorority, in your fraternity who's considered, but you are not alone. The good news is you're coming into a community and an ecosystem and the challenge where the protocol has already been validated. I built the protocol for the challenge after years of coaching and teaching this content. So this is the good news. The good news is you're coming into an ecosystem where you're not a guinea pig. You just going to be the next receipt. You're just going to be the next result. I'm not testing this on y'all. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not a guinea pig. The protocol that we've laid out for you for the 30-day vegan SOS free challenge has already been validated and proven. Won't he do it? I've proved it on myself first. I took the first hit for y'all years ago. Right. And then I've spent the last 9 years refining and validating it with other people just like yourself who are battling the same things. You are coming into an ecosystem where the protocol has already been proven for other people who want to lose weight. You're coming into an ecosystem where the protocol has already been proven for other people with high blood pressure, with other people with high cholesterol, with other people with type 2 diabetes, autoimmune conditions, erectile dysfunction, skin issues. So that's the good news. The good news is you're not a guinea pig. This is not testing. This is not a trial run. You're coming into a system that's already been vetted, validated, proven, and we got receipts to back it up. So if you have trouble trusting yourself when you make decisions, just trust me. If you have trouble trusting yourself, just trust all the other testimonials that you're going to hear when we live on Wednesday night and Saturday mornings with people saying, this is my second time doing this, or I've been in Lisa's Farm to Table program, or I've been doing this. Just let you're coming into an ecosystem with proven receipts. LaWanda on Instagram says, will there be anything sent around for the prep? Oh, we've been prepping since September, LaWanda. I've done a live masterclass every month, September, October, November, December, in preparation for this challenge. And so access to those replays are available in our VIP portal. And so we've been prepping. The protocol is out there. The recipe book is out there for all of our challengers. So let me know if you're already registered, just DM me and I'll let you know where to find all that stuff. But if you're not registered, then that's your first step to get registered so you can get access. Okay. But this is what I need y'all to know. This is what I need you guys to know. Like, you have to, if you don't, one of my favorite things about community, one of my favorite things about having community when you're trying to do a hard thing is that if you struggle with believing for yourself, like, can I do this? Is this possible? Will this work for me? When you come into community and a well-curated community, like a community that's designed for one specific goal in mind, that's led by people with integrity who have already done what they're teaching you how to do. Like when you come into a well-curated community and you struggle with belief, the super cool thing is that you get to borrow somebody else's belief. Like if you have a hard time believing for yourself that this will work, if you have a hard time believing for yourself that this is a good decision, you get to come in an ecosystem where you can borrow belief. Like I have a client, one of our clients. She's like, sometimes I doubt whether or not I can do this, and she's specifically working with us to build her coaching business. And she was like, but I look at how much Lisa believes in me. Like every time I come on here, she tells me why I'm qualified. I look at how much Lisa believes in me and I get to borrow her belief. If she believes in me, then I trust her because she's helped other people do this and she sees in me what she has seen in other people. You got to borrow people's belief. And so that's the great thing about being in communities with coaching, being in communities with a coach that has integrity and that has receipts, that's teaching you to do what they've already done for themselves and hundreds of other people. You get to borrow their beliefs. So, guys, first of all, let's be honest before we get off of here today. Okay. Let's be honest. Remember, we're going to use the chat as your personal diary. Put me in the chat if you have struggled with making decisions on your own and you have needed at one time or another validation or approval for someone else. Let's be honest, first and foremost. Like I'm calling you to the front because I want to watch you. I want to make sure you know you're safe here. So put me in the chat if you historically have like looked left and looked right. Like I really want to quit my job. I really want to start this business. I really want to leave this relationship that I'm not happy in. But I'm worried about what other people. Put me in the chat. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Shaquanda. Hey, Tambersa, good morning. Tiff, hey. Okay. So you guys are being so honest, and I love that. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Rochelle. Me. I have before made decisions where I wanted other people to approve my decision. Because listen, making a decision that don't nobody approve is like posting on Facebook or Instagram and don't get no likes. You like, oh, they didn't like that? How hard does it hit your ego when you make a post and it gets no love? You like that they get it? That the algorithm shut me out? You're like, and then we like, I ain't never doing that again. I ain't never saying nothing like that again. Maybe I won't even post again for a while, right? And so Allison said, ouch. It's a major ouch, right? And so what I need you guys to know is this might be a little bit of that. Like you going into this challenge might be a little bit of crickets, right? And so the best you can hope for is indifference. The best you can hope for is that people let you do you and they do them. But the worst, and I've seen this though, and this has thrown people off their square, and I just want to warn you of it. The best you can hope for is indifference. The optimal is where people, cheer you on and even ask how they can support you and even offer to join you. That's optimal. The best is indifference. But I have also seen where people outright challenge your decision, outright tell you it's a bad decision. And if you have not built the trust in yourself, if you have not looked and said, no, I'm a part of an ecosystem where people are doing this. Lisa has showed me receipts. She's been doing this for years. My coaches have shown me. My community has shown me. And for once and for all, this just feels right. This feels like the next best step should take in my health. You have to reconcile that right away. You have to, because soon as somebody opposes your decision, if you haven't done the work to say, this is what I'm doing, it's non-negotiable. I don't know if I'm going to do it for the rest of my life, but I know I'm going to give it my all for this challenge. I know I'm going to give it my all because my health deserves a shot at it. If you have not reconciled that, you are going to struggle. So be careful with seeking validation from others about your unpopular decisions. It is very easy to get support on popular decisions. Yeah, we should eat that foolishness. Yeah, we should drink that foolishness. Yes, you should stay at a job because it's safe. Yes, you should avoid all risk. It is so easy to get support on decisions like that. But when you do things that are unpopular, you're coming into a community where you are going to be a minority. Vegans are a minority. We're still a small percentage of the US population. Not eating meat, eggs, and dairy is still opposed by a lot of people. So I need you guys to understand what it's going to take to be successful in this challenge. We've been rocking and rolling, y'all. How y'all enjoy today? I'm about to get up out of here. That's all I have for y'all today. That's all I have for y'all today. Validation. The next thing I should say, this is number 5. We've been rocking since Christmas Day. The 5th thing that I had to overcome to become plant-based was need for validations for my unpopular decisions about my life. Juan said, sip, sip. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My unpopular, and I rattled off some of them at the beginning. I told you guys, I quit a good government job to move to another country with no idea how I was going to make money. I left a super long-term relationship when it wasn't toxic and crazy. I've started businesses with no idea what the heck I was doing because I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs, right? So I've made a lot of unpopular decisions in my life, and you're making one starting January 1st. And I need you to trust in the decision you're making. And when someone tries to oppose your decision for your life, when someone tries to oppose your decision, I need you to have already done the work to reconcile. This is what I'm doing for me, and I am not going to let a naysayer tell me otherwise. Okay? I got it. Shaquanda said this is number 6. Is it? I think this is number 5, Shaquanda. Let me see. The first thing we had to overcome to become plant-based was food intimidation. That was on Christmas Day. And then we talked about people pleasing. And then I talked about, what was number 3, y'all? We talked about disobedience, right? And then I talked about a lack mindset yesterday. And then we had one what was number 4? Okay. So I got a question that came in on YouTube real quick. She says, Lisa, you lost the weight before becoming plant-based vegan. Correct, Rochelle. Why did you become plant-based vegan? For professional reasons. I was a personal trainer at the time, and I was trying to help my clients get better results because we're doing the exercise, but I need to be talking to them about food. And I didn't know enough about nutrition science to feel confident in teaching. Yes, one guy said mediocrity. Yes, mediocrity. Yeah. So this is the succession. Okay, very good. Sound good to me. All right. So I became a plant-based vegan because I wanted to improve the health outcomes of my clients when I was a personal trainer. So I didn't do it for personal health reasons. I did it for science reasons. I read the science, and it said that a whole food plant-based diet was the only diet that could prevent and reverse heart disease. And I was shocked by that because heart disease is the number 1 cause of death in the US, and there's never been any other protocol that is a lifestyle adjustment that could prevent and or reverse it. And so I was intrigued by that. And so I wanted to have a dietary protocol where I could maintain the weight I had already lost. I've lost over 60 pounds. So I could maintain the weight I've already lost, but then also I could extend my life. You can lose weight in a bunch of ways, but you can still be eating stuff that clogs your arteries, right? You can still be eating stuff that doesn't necessarily extend your life, although you could be losing weight. And so I wanted to do both. So that's why. So thank you guys. Okay, we rattled them off. So let's go over it right one more time because tomorrow is our last installment in this series. So if you missed any episode in this series, what did I have to overcome to become plant-based? I had to overcome food intimidation. What did I have to overcome to become plant-based? I had to overcome people pleasing, right? We had to overcome disobedience. We had to overcome mediocrity. We had to overcome a lack mindset. And then today, validation, the need for validation about our unpopular decisions in our life. So tomorrow I'll have a final one for you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, December 31st. And then on Wednesday, January 1st, we're having our first live session. So let's just go over really quickly the logistics of the challenge for those of you who need to be reminded or need to know. First things first, you guys, we are going to be meeting for the challenge live every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern for general admission, 6 p.m. Eastern for VIPs. Okay. So if you're a VIP or ultra VIP for the challenge, you will get started with us at 6 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday in January for your VIP only Q&A session. And the general admission will join us at 30 minutes later. And then on Saturday mornings, we will be live, and VIPs and ultra VIPs, you will start with us at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. General admission, you'll come in at 8. So we'll have our VIP only Q&A discussion and at 30 minutes before live class starts. So VIPs, 6 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. Okay, so if you're not in the front row and you know you need that additional Q&A, you need that more intimate session to ask your questions and get some support around some things because you're battling some serious health stuff that you really want to move the needle on, then you want to upgrade to VIP. You want to upgrade to VIP. Let me drop that in the chat actually here on YouTube for you guys. I'm going to drop the link. And guys, I need you guys to like put this on your calendar, put this on your schedule to not miss a live class. I teach a different lesson every week. And so it's every Wednesday, every Saturday, we're actually teaching. Like I'm not just coming in chat. Like I've planned out the itinerary, planned out the schedule. Malika said, do we view classes through the link that you sent or via Zoom? So if you are general admission, you will be viewing the class live on YouTube. If you are VIP or ultra VIP, you'll be viewing the class on Zoom. So our VIPs and ultra VIPs, we've actually already put the Zoom link in your VIP portal. We've already put the Zoom link in your VIP portal, and you'll receive an email with the Zoom link if you are VIP or ultra VIPs. Zoom is only for VIPs. If you're general admission, you will be viewing it on YouTube. Lawanda said, will you be sending the link as I'm in a different time zone? Will be late for me. So what do you mean will we send the link? So, okay. So also, if you're, Malika, are you general admission? Because if you're general admission and the times that we're having the class is just like really late for you, you're in a different country or whatever it is, you'll have 24-hour access replay to the class on YouTube. So if you are general admission and the live class time doesn't work for you, the replay will be on YouTube for 24 hours, and then it's coming down. Okay. So Malika said, I'm in the front row. Oh, Malika, you don't have nothing to worry about. She said, I'm in the front row, first of all. So if you're a VIP, the replay will go into your VIP portal and you'll have access to your replay until February 7th. Okay. So general admission will have 24-hour access to the replay. VIPs will have replay access until February 7th. Your VIP portal will be good and active until February 7th. Okay. So Malika, you're good. Lawanda said she's in London. Yeah, I know. So London, you're going to be 6-7 hour time difference. And so, yeah, we'll definitely have, if you want longer access to the replays, that VIP is for you. You want to invest in that VIP. Any other questions? Any other questions about the challenge I can answer for a hop off for you guys? So we're kicking off this Wednesday, January 1st. We're going all the way until January 31. And registration is free. VIP is optional. VIP is $97 if you want to move up to the front row. That gets you those replays. That gets you a VIP portal that has a bunch of prep assignments, masterclass replays, additional recipes. But then VIP also gets you that live Q&A 30 minutes before general admission. That, when I tell you our live VIP Q&A, who was on the challenge in June, the last challenge we did and was in VIP? Just if anybody's on that was in VIP for our last challenge, tell the people how fire that Q&A was. Tell the people how fire that Q&A was if you were VIP last time, because a lot of nuggets got dropped. Some great questions got answered. I was waxing deep. It was a good time. Okay, Rochelle says, how do we get sodium if we're salt free? How does that mean no added salt or totally salt free? No, sodium is a electrolyte. Foods have sodium naturally. Salt is man-made. So you're asking about sodium, but sodium we can get naturally through food. It occurs naturally. Sodium is a mineral that's found in the soil. So we're eliminating salt. Salt is man-made. Okay, Juan God, thank you. She said you're in for a treat. Yes, yes, yes. So absolutely, absolutely. VIP Q&A is where a lot of magic happens because you guys get to ask whatever you want. We don't take many questions from general admission during the challenge because I got to teach and all of that stuff. So VIP is where it's at. Malika said, we're doing a how to read labels class, correct? Absolutely. That is class number 2, Malika. So our second class, which will be this Saturday, January 4th, is where I'll be teaching you guys how to read labels 100%. 100%. We do that right in the beginning. Coach Dana said, Coach Elise drops bars. Oh, yeah. I'll be hot and heavy during that VIP session just to make sure you guys get everything you need to optimize health. Any other questions before we hop off today? Any other questions? So if you missed any installment in this series, in this What I Had to Overcome to Become Plant-Based series, you can catch the replays on YouTube. I created a playlist for you. Just click on playlist on my YouTube page and you will see what I had to overcome to become plant-based. And I have all the episodes right there for you because we had a lot. And tomorrow is our last one. So today was about validation. We'll be doing more, the final one tomorrow and kicking off class on Wednesday. Lorraine says, thank you, Lisa. Made my list, checking it twice, loving the recipes. Hey, shout out to Lorraine. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Lorraine? Yeah. Okay. I thought it said Lorianne for a second. So shout out to Lorraine. Okay. I think that's it. So listen, guys, I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. EST, for the final installment of What I Had to Overcome to Become Plant-Based. I hope it's been helpful for you guys in thinking about how you're going to navigate this experience personally. Listen, we have, let me see if y'all shared the link with somebody for me. Let me check the numbers before we hop off. I need y'all to do me a solid so we can get to 1,300 people. We got 1,297. So we need 3 people between now and Wednesday to get to that 1,300 mark. Y'all gonna do it for me? Share the challenge with somebody. Tell them to come get this health with y'all. I want to round this number up. I just, the type A in me just likes nice round numbers, of course. So share the challenge with somebody. Coach Dana said, did the challenge, lost 15 pounds and off of blood pressure meds. Listen, I was going to say the receipts for live class, but since they coming in right now, Coach Dana lost 15 pounds and we've got her off of blood pressure. Man, I'm telling y'all guys, the protocol is built from receipts. You guys are not guinea pigs. You're coming into a system that's already been proven. Thank you, Coach Dana, for that receipt in the chat. Thank you so much. It makes a difference. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you back here in less than 24 hours. Bye, y'all.